Alright, mate, we're live in the studio.
Hello. Check.
You don't need to do a mic check. We've already done the mic check.
Good point, good point. Are we recording on the camera?
Yep.
Alright, bet. Okay, so let's do talking about 1 year of Cat Parks, talking about the 3 songs that are going to be on this little EP slash mini 3-track that we're putting out called Cat Pops. And the songs are going to be All Too Well, Stone, and Lemillion. So we'll start with the 1 year of Cat Parks. Congratulations, I guess. 1 year, that's crazy, isn't it?
You're underplaying it so much. You're like, you are, man. It's a bigger deal than that.
Dude, we've been doing this shit for a year.
We've stuck with it for a year.
Well,
already.
Next month, right? We're recording this technically December 28th, but
this is the longest running band we've ever been in.
Definitely 1 year. I started Cat Parks in like January, and Alex joined in like 10 days later. So it's like that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, and so why are you saying this? Why are we going with Cat Pops? Wait, what was it? Cat Pops.
Cat Pops.
Cat Pops. Talk a little bit about Cat Pops and also Cat Punks, because I think these are things we want to like slowly kind of red pill the masses towards what we kind of view, like the lens we kind of see music through.
Right. I agree. So the thing we kind of had a lot of discussion about when we first started was what kind of genre we wanted to do, because we like a lot of stuff. And we kind of struggled like to pick, because we wanted to do pop music, but we also wanted to make rock music and also metal music, and it's like,
and even rap.
And
like
and even
hip-hop.
rap, and exactly. So we were really kind of in a tough decision. We weren't sure if we should do like a bunch of different projects for like different genres,
right? Because in
like,
the beginning we didn't know. I had Evergarden and you had Cat Parks, and we were kind of like. We also started we wrote a metal song. We wrote The Swamp like early in the year, and we almost started a new band, a third project.
Right, just specifically for like our collaboration that was like rock, and we were going to make this Cat Parks all pop and like hip hop essentially, and like that was going to be like the idea, and then we would have a second project that was like rock slash metal. Right. But we ended up not doing that. We ended up just saying fuck it, let's put it all on Cat Parks, because why not? Like, yeah,
like, and some of the early conversations we were having about Cat Parks is like this. We want it to like eventually be this center of just music in general.
Exactly.
It's not, you're not coming, and this is like part of the newer stuff, the newer wave of music. A lot of artists are starting to explore outside of their genre and not just like being so within one genre,
right? Like one-dimensional like genre. I feel like honestly, like it's probably easier like to like consistency. Like some people like that for sure. Like they're like, oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna get from this band, but like that's just not who we are, you know. Like you never know. I guess at this point, like where you're gonna get from us whenever a song comes out, it could be anything. Like
it really could be anything. Yeah.
Because we just like to make all kinds of different music, and it's literally just like whatever comes out is what we write. And
yeah, and when so like the Cat Pops thing is the first. Well, some of the first few songs we dropped, All Too Well and Stone, we were trying to, like, All Too Well is obviously a Taylor Swift song, and it's a pretty pop song. And then we dropped Stone, and Stone just felt like we were trying to like do this melodic kind of somber pop feel, and just like test some waters, I guess, with some like progressions, and see like, okay, can we make conventional progressions that'll just sound right to people? And I think we kind of did that with Stone. Most of the feedback we got back was pretty good in general, and we were really amateur producers.
Yeah, definitely. And it's funny because Stone only came out in like May, and that's like 7 months ago now, I guess 8 months ago. That's crazy. But like it was funny because I really kind of wrote most of that song in like February, and like All Too Well was the first thing that I did, and that one like I said, like I started Cat Parks, and then I think I made All Too Well because like that was like I was like, I'm about to drop All Too Well. Should I drop it as Mitchell? I was like, should I drop it on my own YouTube channel or should I make a band? and I made a band named Cat Parks. And then once Alex heard my cover, that's whenever we teamed up on Cat Parks.
Well, I think it was also when you heard Anthem, because
and then Anthem too, exactly.
Yeah, and by this point we were just like, yeah, there's definitely something here. Like there's definitely a future if we can like mesh these like progressions we have in mind, because the way I've like viewed it is I tend to be like much more unconventional in the ways I do things. Like my progressions, like rather than go with major progressions right off the bat, I'll be doing minor progressions just because they're less popular. And whereas when Mitchell writes songs, he's normally going for more major, or not even major, but more popular progressions that sound more fundamentally right, that like you hear it and you're like, yeah, this sounds right, like all of it sounds right. Whereas I tend to like purposely try to make things sound different or even wrong, just to like make sure you're listening to the track, because and eventually we just kind of realized that like it's a good blend of stuff, and by the time we had like these 3 songs together, we were like, shit.
Yeah, pretty much it was like, I have All Too Well, you have Anthem, let's put them together. And then that was for our first 2 songs, and then
let's start.
And then we had Stone out next, and what came after Stone? Lemillion came after Stone.
And so by this point, by these like 4 songs being out, I think we started like talking about how we wanted to just hear what people liked.
Yeah, exactly, because our original idea was just to put out like a bunch of different genres, and then like let's see what was doing the best. Actually, Lemillion is done the best, I would say, but the Swamp has actually been doing pretty well. It's been out for like a week or 2.
Yeah, it's
at this point, and I think it's doing pretty good.
Yeah,
which is always good, because we were a little worried like a year ago about what to do with metal music. So it was like the fact that we actually were able to put it out on Cat Parks, and it worked out so well.
And at this point, we have 2 more unreleased songs that are pretty. I mean, we just finished up one of our songs
literally today,
and the other song we're working on, we've sort of found what I think is kind of our cat punk sound.
Yeah, like, exactly.
And
Cat Punks would be, so we have this album Cat Pops that's coming out starting, I think it should be up in the next few days, and then Cat Punks is like that's Cat Pops will have all our pop music, whereas Cat Punks is going to have our more rock oriented music.
Yeah, so, and these titles are Anthem, Neglect, Travel, and The Swamp. These are our kind of more rock songs, whereas our pop songs, we've got Stone, Lemillion's kind of a hip-hop screamo kind of thing.
Yeah, but for us, I would say it's more pop than rock.
It feels like a pop song.
More than rock, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
So that's why we kind of
and All Too Well, it just fits in that
definitely,
more pop.
That's Taylor Swift cover. Yeah. Definitely a pop song.
So that's how we kind of like.
Honestly, to me, that kind of feels like the end of an era for Cat Parks. Like Travel, like Travel backwards is kind of like, that's like everything we've done. Like in part 1 of Cat Parks, it feels
everything up until that was 2020. Really,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, we kind of ended the year with a lot of songs finished, and not to entirely pat ourselves on the back, but we're just 2 people, whereas. Consistent bands, which we plan to be a consistent band, the ones that come to mind that are really good about this is like Dance Gavin Dance. They drop an album every winter.
Yeah.
Every winter, it seems like.
Yeah,
and
for
it's
real.
normally pretty good music. And they're a team of probably like 8 people. I mean, 5 in the band. No, 6 in the band. And
I don't know how many people are in Dance Gavin Dance.
Then at least a few producers.
Yeah.
And so we're just 2 people, and we've put this year, we're going to have dropped how many songs? 5?
Yeah, we dropped 5 this year technically, and then we're going to have Neglect coming out and Travel coming out both next month. So in exactly 1 year, pretty much, as Cat Parks, because we started technically, I guess, in January, was whenever I dropped All Too Well on like January 30th or something. So within 1 year, we're going to have 7 songs out. As Cat Parks, so that's gonna be freaking dope, especially because I feel like that's like I said, like that is Cat Parks 1 to me, is like everything before Travel. So Cat Pops and Cat Punks is kind of like KP1 in my eyes, like. That's at least how I view it.
And within all of that, within all of those sounds, I think we're gonna hear from our listeners, from you people who are watching this right now.
Right.
We listen so attentively to what everything. The majority of the conversations me and Mitchell have are purely based off of the comments and criticisms we get.
Yes,
that's what
100%.
That's all we talk about for the most part. Besides, the normal stuff involving writing new music and writing music, but
we're always focused on like what we can do better. Essentially,
we spend a lot of time just looking for feedback, wanting people to tell us what's wrong with the music or tell us what could be better. So we do listen to that, and
definitely
it makes all the difference, I think.
Yeah,
at least.
I agree. I like getting feedback from people, especially. I don't know. I like to hear what people have to say.
It's good feedback normally. I mean, everything sometimes it's bad. Like, I feel like the Swamp was.
Yeah, we put the Swamp through. Submit Hub, and I think that was a mistake because that website. It's this website where you can submit your songs, and it's mostly meant for like pop, I think. And we submitted like the Swamp, which is like a metal song, and we kind of got.
We got a little roasted.
We got a little roasted, but people weren't giving good feedback. They were giving like bad feedback. They were just like, "This sucks," and it's like, okay, like, well, what sucks about it? Like, can you say anything besides that?
We kind of wanted some more specific like criticism, but we know. At least we knew what, and now know what's bad about that track.
Yeah, what people have to say at least. Like, but honestly, like, we think that it's just a good song.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like unproduced, like a lot. Yeah. Like, it's very unproduced. Like, we didn't program drums. Like, a lot of bands will program drums in metal. Almost all bands program drums in metal now, and it's like,
if you didn't know, I would say every major band that's producing music, right? Every major metal band is
just programming their drums, and like that was actually recorded drums and like actually recorded guitar, so it's like, I don't know. I think it sounds good as fuck.
I like it a lot. I mean, we just kind of got all that feedback from that website, and we just stuck with that rather than listen to our fans. And like, I've heard a lot of good things from people who like our stuff. I agree. The Swamp, a lot of people like the Swamp. Personal friends like the Swamp who've heard it.
Yeah,
I mean, they just think it sounds like metal music, and
I also think though that like some other stuff in terms of Cat Parks. One year we only played one show. Yeah, we only played one show this year. That was in March.
We got Rona.
And then Rona hit, and then we couldn't play any more shows. It was an open mic in like Cyprus or something, and there was not very many people there interested in rock music, and we played like Neglect, and
we got one fan.
Yeah, we got a fan.
One fan.
Shout out to fan.
Yeah, and so I mean, since we didn't get to play a lot, we've been craving playing live, and I think once you guys see us play live, you're gonna be a lot more about the band, because it's the set list is going to be fun. It's really going to be fun.
I agree. I can't wait to start playing live again. That's like something that we're really looking forward to. That's why like I'm so ready for this pandemic to end, honestly, because it's like we have the vaccines. I know it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm just ready to get back out there,
Yeah.
And just start playing, because that's going to be really exciting. And now that we've finished, I mean, it's only 7 songs that I'm considering like the KP1 era, but like we're actually probably we are gonna be touring this soon. Like, as soon as the pandemic restrictions are
kind of hit the road. We're just gonna go and play our music for people.
Yeah, that's the idea. We're gonna go promote it IRL and play it, and
we're hopefully going to come to like all the people. We're gonna come to you and play our music for you.
Yeah, hopefully people will enjoy it. And
yeah,
so that's where we're at, I guess, with Cat Parks 1 year later.
I think,
we've done a lot. We got almost 2,000 streams on Spotify alone. Over 2,000 streams. I don't know.
We got
pretty close.
Streams?
Pretty close to 2K streams on Spotify.
Because I know Anthem alone had like 700.
Yeah. Pretty close. If we haven't already passed 2K, then we're pretty close, for sure.
And that's just Spotify.
And that's just Spotify. So that's not crazy. Even including YouTube. YouTube, a million has like 500 views or really? Close, like at least 350, like somewhere in that ballpark. I'm not exactly sure where.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, that's crazy as heck.
All of you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, for real. That's really crazy. So hopefully, that's 1 year of Cat Parks down. That's crazy.
2021 is gonna be way more sick because we got way better at producing.
Yes, we are. Okay, I think you guys will be able to tell with Neglect and Travel, like, how much better we are at doing this at this point than everything before here, and hopefully everything from after this, like coming out in 2021, starting in February, it's gonna be all new music that we've been writing, and we're gonna continue to write. Right. And it's gonna be some of the best produced stuff that we have, I would say, for sure. Yeah. Like, we actually know what we're doing at this point. We're not just like first timers fucking around anymore at this point. Like, we've produced enough tracks that we can put out some decent stuff. At least we hope, right? Like, who knows? Maybe we need to start chilling out to like get someone else to mix our stuff depending on these next tracks feedback. But
yeah, I'm not closed off to adding members to Cat Parks. We've just got. We're holding anybody who wants to work with us to like an extremely high standard. Yes. So we pretty much just see it as if you're not gonna put in the same kind of energy we're putting into this,
then there's just no point, you know. Like, if we would add people that are willing to push like with us, like, you would have to be on our frequency for sure.
Yeah, commit
like,
to it.
There's no way that anything else would work.
And not even just like musical talent, just like videographer, artist, graphic design.
Yeah, it wouldn't necessarily be.
If any people like this come to your mind, like,
especially local area, we're in like the Woodlands, Houston area.
Yeah, for real.
Katy area or something like that, anywhere in there.
But yeah, I just last thing I want to throw in here is just that we aren't even close to tapping into like our potential of ideas. As far as songwriting goes, sometimes it feels kind of like boring when we're producing this, and it just feels like straight up work because we have to spend so much time producing it. Whereas when it comes to the writing process for us, we can write new riffs and new songs and new genres every single day.
Yeah.
But if we did that, we wouldn't put out anything of quality.
That's pretty much the problem, right? Like, I actually do put out, like, I try to put out a song like every day that I have free. Like, every time I have a free day, I try to write a song, and it's like, I have like, I don't know, you have a lot of songs on your SoundCloud at this point.
I have over 100.
I have a lot of SoundCloud songs at this point that's just like, you know, ideas.
Yeah.
That are good. But it's just like you have to spend sometimes only weeks, but months usually on songs to get them to sound where you want them to be.
This is because we're two people.
Yeah, as two people, like, we have to write, record, you know, and produce, and then mix, master, give feedback all along the way to see what other people think, to make sure that we're not just crazy thinking like, oh yeah, this is a good song, and then it actually is just like absolute shit. That's kind of how I felt about stuff.
And then and then we won't. And all that stuff we just did, all that stuff we have to do, that doesn't even guarantee that anybody's gonna hear it.
Yep, exactly. Not
because we could have just spent months, so many hours into a track, and we might be the only people who listen to it unless we put in just as much time and effort into like all this back end stuff of trying to build a community, trying to make content that's not just our music, try to be transparent with the audience. And
on that note, especially, we are going to start putting out more consistent content starting in with this video. Actually, we're going to be trying to put out consistent music and consistent uploads to YouTube. So hopefully this will be the start of after 1 year of KP. We're kind of gonna put our foot down and grind now that we have a little bit of a basis with our songs. We have like enough songs to actually because like before it's like, oh, go listen to my band, I have a song.
Yeah, I have one song. I have one song, and that's like what you have to judge me off of, like this one song.
Literally. So now it's like, okay, now at least we have 5. In a month we're gonna have 7. So it's like, okay, so now go listen to our music and see what you think, because it's gonna be totally different now that so hopefully at this point we're gonna hit the ground running with our YouTube channel, with our Spotify. Please follow us on Spotify if you don't already. We're trying to hit 100 followers. We're in the 50s somewhere. Thank you guys to everyone that's followed us. Sub to us on YouTube.
Thank you, Mitchell.
Yeah, no problem. Sub to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. We each have individual Twitters. We also have a Cat Parks Band Instagram, Cat Parks Band.
Heck yeah.
TikTok, Cat Parks Band.
Everything, everywhere.
Yeah.
We're everywhere.
Don't listen to our SoundCloud.
Why not? Listen to our
SoundCloud is full of spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, don't go to SoundCloud.
Yeah, if you want to hear like the new stuff, the new demos and whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
You can keep
SoundCloud's a spoiler zone. But anyways, though, thank you guys for real.
Yep. We'll see you for the next update when we talk about this stuff again.
For sure.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Just God with strength.